Mm. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the School of Emotion. I'm Infinity. I became obsessed with learning how to heal my nervous system and the power of my emotions 7 years ago after I had brain surgery. Oh, actually, before I start with all this, I want to know, can you hear me? Yesterday, I tried to do this anger workshop and nobody could hear me. So can you hear me today? Could you put a thumbs up, or if you could just in the comments say, we can hear you? That would be great. So I'm going to start again. Thank you for that. Welcome to the School of Emotion. My name's Infinity. Maybe you've been joining me for the past 13 days. A little about me. I became obsessed with learning about how to heal my nervous system and the power of my emotions 7 years ago after I had brain surgery. I want to thank you for joining me on the Feel to Heal 31 Days of Nervous System Practices. Today's practice will be focused on anger, and I will be offering you several different exercises for how to release anger from the nervous system and body. Throughout these 31 days, I'm focused on providing you with tools to support yourself in building a resilient, flexible, and well-resourced nervous system, which has been the foundation of my recovery from brain surgery. If you like what I've been sharing, if you're intrigued or interested by it, please check out my website. It is schoolofemotion.com, where I offer one-on-one somatic services, and I have an accessible monthly membership that's $33 that includes many of these practices and much more. Healing is not a one-size-fits-all journey, and I'd love to support you on your path. So if you found this or any of the other exercises supportive for you, please like, subscribe, or share with anyone you know. I have children who use it. I have my parents. I have all sorts of people, because these practices are actually supportive for anyone who's in a body and has a nervous system, which is everyone. Okay, so a little about my relationship with anger. When I was a child, I grew up in a family, in a household. We were actually nicknamed the loud family, which I was devastated. I was horrified by. It was the most embarrassing thing to me. And we were loud in that, I was the oldest of 3, so there was kids, but we were also loud in that there was a lot of fighting and there's a lot of arguments. And I remember anger being something that I was afraid of. I remember anger being something that I had made bad, something that I, at one point in my life, said, I am unwilling to feel you. Anger to me was something that meant you were weak. If you felt anger, then you were weak and you couldn't control it. And so I decided, I think I was probably 12, to become stronger than anger, to become more powerful than anger. So I decided in that moment that I was never going to let myself show, express, or feel that emotion, because it was weak. And because in my mind, it destroyed things, it ruined things, it hurt people. And so I stuck and stored it in my body. And after years and years, like decades of not feeling that emotion, it started to create pain in my body, like bad pain, to the point where it was hard to walk sometimes. My spine was arched like this. My ribs were being pulled out. I had nerve pain down my arms and my legs. And then I found nervous system work, and I found a place to release and express my emotions, a safe place. And that was when I started my path of healing. That was when I really started to understand the nervous system and the power of emotions, and what I had consciously done, but what it had unconsciously done to my body. So the thing about anger too is it's typically a protective mechanism. So quite often it's protecting us from something. It could be even thinking it's protecting us from something. Quite often it's protecting us from something underneath it, another emotion, which is grief. So an example of this is my daughter's father didn't show up. Like, he isn't a part of her life. He hasn't been participating. And at first I was so angry, so angry, but really the emotion that was not that anger or rage is good or bad or right or wrong. It's just that quite often it is the first protective thing that comes, but underneath it, once we've expressed the anger or once we realize what's under it, there's grief. And so there was a deep sense of grief because I didn't have a partner to raise my child, and because my child was going to, grow up without a father. And so there can be a lot of anger too from childhood that is now following you in adulthood because you didn't get something that you needed as a child, that you should have had as a child. And so now that may perpetuate, that may show up for you as anger, as in anger as an adult, but not really correlating it, you know? So anger and rage, they have the capacity to create boundaries. The way that I delineate the two is that anger is like this mental unconscious. There's like a story being perpetuated. And this is just my delineation. You can delineate them however you want. But anger is just like where the story of something continues to replay through your head. Whereas rage is a boundary. Rage is clean. Rage is like that. No. And there is really no story. You just feel it in your body. You know it's absolutely wrong and it's clean and it destructs anything in its path. It's no. There doesn't need to be any conversation after this. It's enough. And neither are wrong or right. Like sometimes people think like I did, like I should be stronger. I should be able to get rid of this emotion. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you more conscious. It doesn't make you more spiritual. It doesn't make you more powerful. All emotions, the full range of emotions are important. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do several practices to work with anger or rage when you feel them come up in your body. So we're going to be doing a towel twist, a pillow scream, and a hand push. So why don't you take a moment and find yourself a towel, a t-shirt, something, and then get yourself a pillow. And while you're getting those things, I'm just going to share a little story. So once I started to realize that I hadn't allowed myself to express that emotion, I was like, where can I feel it when it comes up without it hurting someone, without it hurting myself, without me wanting to be destructive? And so I found that my car was the best place to feel this emotion. I could grab my steering wheel. I was in like a safe environment where there was no one else. No one was going to get worried or scared, or, you know, sometimes when people are loud, the police get called. I was in this perfect little environment in my car. I could put a song on if I wanted to, made sure I was parked, made sure I wasn't going anywhere, made sure I was safe. And I would grab the steering wheel and just, So the car is a wonderful place to release this energy, to release this emotion. If it comes up while you're in the car, make sure you pull over and park. If you feel it in your house and you need some space to release and you have a car, go to your car to release this emotion. So what we're going to do, hopefully you found either a towel or a pillow. I want you to find a place to sit or stand or lay down. And what I want you to do is I want you to picture some event in your mind, something that triggers anger for you. And I want you to think about the physical sensations for you of anger. So you're picturing something that has historically, maybe recently, maybe a long time ago, that has made you really, really angry. And I want you to take your towel. We're going to start with the towel, and we're just going to twist it, pull it, and then release whatever sound wants to come out of our mouth. Maybe it's a grunt, maybe it's a groan, maybe it's a scream. And we're going to move the energy of anger. So we're going to twist and breathe and one more. Coughing, shaking, crying are all natural when we're moving energy. See if you can allow yourself to move any energy. Go ahead and release until you can't release anymore. So go ahead with this, continue. Until you feel done. And when you feel complete, I want you to close your eyes, bring your hands down, put the towel down, and I just want you to notice any sensations through your body. Maybe there's tears, maybe there's tingling. If there's more of that tense, tight, hot energy, maybe it's like busy in your head, maybe it's hot in your body. I want you to continue with the twist and pull and releasing of any sounds that are in your body. And when you complete, you're just going to come back to your body. You're going to do a scan. You're going to notice maybe your heart rate has increased. Maybe your heart rate has decreased. Maybe there's a tingling sensation. Maybe there's blood whooshing. Maybe your thoughts have calmed. And for the next one, if you feel like you're ready and you have a pillow, I want you to grab your pillow. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to picture the event in our mind that creates the anger, that creates the sensations in your body. We're going to focus on those sensations, and then we're going to just into your pillow. Allow yourself to explore the sounds, to explore any guttural, primal, internal, and just let it release. And when you feel complete, you're going to come back to your body. Take some deep breaths, close your eyes, do a scan, noticing maybe there's tingling, maybe you feel energy outside your body. Maybe your heart rate has changed, maybe your head feels different. Just notice any sensations without judgment, without good, bad, right, or wrong. And the last one we're going to do is we're going to push our hands together. You could also do this on a wall. So you're going to, again, picture an event, something that brings that energy, those sensations of anger. Picture them in your body, in your mind, and then you're going to push your hands together, palm to palm, and releasing the energy with the sounds, releasing the energy with the pressure with your hands together, and any coughing, any yawning, any crying, all indicators that this energy that has been stuck in your body is moving. One more. Continue if you still feel like there is more in there. And then when you feel complete, close your eyes. Come back into your internal landscape. Notice any sensations, any tingling, whatever is there. Maybe some underlying grief has been released. There's tears. Maybe there's shaking. See if you can allow yourself to be with whatever is there without trying to control it, without trying to stop it, without making it good, bad, right, or wrong, just allowing the energy to move freely out of the body, completing the full emotion. And if you feel there's more in there, please continue with whatever exercise you felt really resonated for you until you feel complete. Your body might just kind of go, you might feel really tired now. You might feel like you need a nap. See if you can give yourself whatever your body is calling for. If you need to go about your day, take some time, be gentle with yourself, move slowly as you move on from this exercise. You can come back to this anytime you feel that tension, that anger, that rage rise, those sensations rising in your body. These exercises help to move and mobilize the energy out so they don't get stuck and stored in your body. Thank you so much for being with me here today. If you found these supportive, please like, subscribe, share, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much.